The modern NBA is a strange beast. On paper, it's an era defined by jaw-dropping skill. Players across all positions are faster, stronger, and more technically gifted than ever before. Centers shoot threes, point guards grab rebounds, and role players have handles that would have put 1990s All-Stars on skates. The average player today is more versatile than many Hall of Famers were at their peak, but underneath the glitz of spacing, pace, and highlight dunks lies a harsher truth. The league might be technically better, but it's strategically emptier, and that's not a contradiction. It's the core of the problem. At some point between 2014 and now, basketball evolved into a numbers game in the worst possible way. It's not just that analytics became influential, it's that they swallowed the sport whole. The once diverse tactical landscape flattened into a one-size-fits-all model. Shoot threes, avoid mid-range shots, and chase transition opportunities. Defense, optional. Post-play, ancient history. The art of the game was sacrificed for efficiency spreadsheets, and fans are still being told it's an upgrade. What's happening now is a kind of performative basketball, a league obsessed with optics rather than impact. Watch any random regular season game, and you'll see players launching threes without rhythm, defenders half-heartedly closing out, and teams racing through possessions like they're allergic to the shot clock. The stat sheet might look fine, but the product on the floor feels like a parody of itself. Even the players seem aware of the emptiness. Veterans complain about effort. Coaches constantly juggle rotations not for matchups, but to keep bodies rested through meaningless 82-game grinds. And fans, they tune in for playoff basketball, because that's when the facade drops and the game regains a shred of its soul. Everything before April feels like a long dress rehearsal. So how did we get here? It's tempting to blame Steph Curry, or more broadly, the Golden State Warriors dynasty. Their rise certainly accelerated the league's transformation, but it didn't invent it. The obsession with threes had already taken root in front offices, and the Warriors simply showed what a mathematically optimized team could do when paired with transcendent talent. The problem wasn't Curry's logo threes, it was the imitators who forgot the context. Suddenly, everyone wanted to be Golden State. Every team tried to mimic their blueprint, minus the once-in-a-generation shooters and the top 5 defense. The result, copycat rosters with inflated three-point volume, but none of the cohesion, precision, or defensive bite that made the Warriors elite. The NBA didn't learn the right lesson. It took the numbers and left the nuance. And this is where the paradox becomes unbearable. Yes, players are more skilled, they can dribble, pass, and shoot with a fluidity that outclasses previous generations, but the game they're playing with those tools has been reduced to a set of repetitive motions. Isolation, step back three, jog back, rinse and repeat. It's the basketball version of fast food, convenient, addictive, and deeply unsatisfying once you realize how bland it's become. Even the supposedly elite teams suffer from this sameness. Watch the Celtics, Nuggets, or Mavericks. They all rely heavily on high pick and rolls, kickouts to shooters, and spacing through 5-out sets. It's not bad basketball, it's just predictable basketball. The edges that once separated teams, a dominant post scorer, a lockdown paint defender, a clever motion offense, have been sanded off by the algorithm. Worse still, defense has become a kind of background noise. The league's rule changes, combined with the fear of injury and load management culture, have gutted physicality. Defenders can't touch, can't bump, can't even contest without risking a whistle. So why bother? The smart play is often to give up the shot, trust variance, and focus on offense, because that's where the game is actually won. The result is a league with inflated scoring, bloated box scores, and defenders who resemble bystanders more than obstacles. And while fans love points, they also love meaning. That's the piece analytics can't measure. The gravity of a tough possession, the psychological warfare of a gritty playoff series, the narrative tension of contrasting play styles. In the past, a clash between the Spurs and Heat wasn't just a game, it was a philosophy debate. Now, everyone's reading the same playbook and waiting for the dice to land in their favor. This isn't to say we should go back to the 1990s. No one wants to revive 76 to 72 slugfests, or the days when big men posted up for 20 seconds only to miss a hook shot. Progress matters, but what we've got now isn't progress, it's overcorrection. In chasing optimization, the NBA forgot how to entertain through variety. The skill is there, but the soul is missing. And the most frustrating part, the players are capable of so much more. The league is full of unicorns, 7-footers who move like guards, guards who rebound like centers, wings who can score on 3 levels. But instead of letting that versatility shine through tailored schemes and diverse tactics, most teams force these talents into the same mold. The system is king, and creativity is collateral damage. If this keeps up, the NBA risks becoming its own worst enemy. Fans are already tuning out during the regular season. Ratings wobble. Interest outside of playoffs is lukewarm. And despite constant claims that the league is in good hands, there's a quiet dread that it's not evolving. It's devolving into a numbers game where everything is technically correct but emotionally vacant. The playoffs briefly bring the illusion of clarity. Defenses tighten. Half-court execution matters again. Coaches are forced to make real adjustments instead of just rotating through endless dribble handoff variations. For a moment, basketball feels like basketball again, where it's strategic, tense, unpredictable. But even this reset is fleeting. The same offensive sets return, just with less space and more fatigue. The postseason isn't saving the NBA, it's exposing how thin the regular season has become. And fans aren't dumb. They know when something feels hollow. The NBA keeps trying to spice things up with gimmicks. In-season tournaments, player award ballots, new awards like Clutch Player of the Year. None of it touches the core issue. The game itself lacks structure, personality, and variation. You could watch 20 games across different nights and struggle to tell one team's identity from another. That's not entertainment. That's content. There used to be a certain theatrical rhythm to the league. Bigs like Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, and Shaq dictated tempo with their own gravitational pull. Every team had its own flavor. Detroit's defense-first brutality, Phoenix's run-and-gun chaos, Boston's physical grit, Miami's bruising grind. Now everyone is a smoothie of the same ingredients. Pick and roll, kick out, repeat. It's clean, it's efficient, and it's soulless. Even player development has taken a hit. Young prospects come in hyper-skilled but over-specialized. They've been groomed in AAU and G League systems that emphasize pace and space over fundamental instincts. Watch a rookie today and you'll often see someone who can hit step-back threes but can't recognize defensive rotations or make a post-entry pass. The polish is there, the foundation, not so much. And then there's the ultimate irony. For all the focus on spacing, actual offensive movement has collapsed. Modern offenses have fewer backdoor cuts, fewer off-ball screens, and less improvisation than ever before. Everyone stands around the arc waiting for a catch and shoot or drives into a sea of defenders hoping for a whistle. Somehow, in a game designed to be faster and freer, players are moving less and thinking less. How is that progress? Meanwhile, coaches are increasingly reduced to system managers. The best ones, like Eric Spoelstra and Mike Malone, can still weaponize talent through adaptable schemes. But most NBA benches are filled with coaches parroting the same offensive sets, just hoping their stars can bail them out. Individual brilliance still wins games, but it's forced to do so within a formula that rarely changes. Imagine giving artists the best paintbrushes in history and only letting them paint by numbers. The NBA's culture of optimization has become a dead end. And it didn't have to be. There are signs of hope. The Nuggets, for example, play a beautiful, deliberate brand of basketball when Jokic is orchestrating from the elbow. The Celtics can shift between bruising half-court offense and blitzing transition. The Timberwolves showed that defense and rim protection still have value in the playoffs. The tools are all there. The league just needs to let teams use them differently. That means giving defenses more power again. It means encouraging offensive variety, not punishing it with bad analytics takes. It means allowing different styles, inside out, post heavy, slashing heavy, motion centric, to coexist. Let teams make mistakes. Let them shoot mid-range jumpers. Let them gamble defensively. The beauty of basketball used to be in the contrasts. We've flattened it into a spreadsheet. The league doesn't need a revolution, it needs a correction. Bring back diversity in play styles, empower coaches to innovate again, reward teams that defend with purpose, and stop pretending that every three-pointer is a good shot just because the math says so. Let basketball breathe again. Basketball deserves better, and the fans know it. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoy watching the video, consider subscribing to us. We are a brand new channel, and every single one of you counts.